With a vision to replace all conventional vehicular traffic within institutions with clean, sustainable, and environment friendly transportation, we have the founders of Indeanta.
Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, at the outset, I would like to start by saying that it's an honor and a privilege to be amongst you today. And a brief introduction about myself. I'm Dr. Aaron D'Souza. I'm a medical doctor and orthopedic surgeon by training. And before I begin my pitch, I would like to start with a very small story. I would just take no more than 2 minutes of your time. So in the year 1957, in a small village in Graz, Austria, a 10-year-old boy from a middle-class blue-collar background, aspired for a better life. Now this boy didn't want to remain in the bylanes of Graz. He wanted to go to America. He wanted to become a bodybuilder. He wanted to become a Hollywood superstar. And not only did he become a 7-time Mr. Universe, he became one of Hollywood's highest paid actors. And even that wasn't enough for him. He went on to become the governor of California. And if the rules would have allowed it, he would have probably become one of the most dynamic presidents of the United States of America. So this boy I'm talking about, as you all know, is Arnold Schwarzenegger. About 5 years ago, in this same little city of Graz, Austria, where I was undergoing training for a joint replacement fellowship, I realized that in this large university campus where I was posted, there was no simple transport solution available for students to pick a ride from one point from their hostel or from their accommodation and go to the academic block. So I come to you today with a very simple problem and a very simple solution. So the problem that I'm looking to solve is the lack of clean, sustainable, environment-friendly transport solutions, or to put it very simply, ride-hailing and ride-sharing for students within large educational institutions, employees of tech parks, factories, industries, oil refineries, and dry docks. So we call ourselves Indeanta, and the name Indeanta is from the Irish Gaelic. It simply means it's possible. So why did I name my company It's Possible? Because when we started at the height of the pandemic, everybody told me it's not possible. You cannot make this work. You're a doctor, you're a medical professional, this is not something that you should be indulging in. This is not something which is in tune with your training or your profession. So that's why I decided to name the company Indeanta. This is a slide showing my picture and the picture of two of my co-founders who happen to be serial entrepreneurs themselves. This is my first stint into entrepreneurship. And we have built, we believe, India's first and probably one of the only such platforms existing in the world that offers multi-modal. Now, what do I mean by multi-modal? On our service platform, we have a multitude of different vehicles ranging from motorized scooters, electric bicycles, electric buggies or golf carts, electric cars, and even electric foldable kick scooters. Now, I would like to stipulate that we do not manufacture any of these products. We aggregate these products from various manufacturers onto our platform, and we run this as a service. So these are the vehicles that we run on campus. As you can see, you have the motorized scooters, you have the electric bicycles, the electric buggy. Now, I firmly believe that this humble golf cart, which is now electric, is going to change the landscape of commuting within large campuses, not only in India, but also abroad. So we also have electric three-wheelers, we have electric foldable scooters, and refrigerated or commercial delivery style electric vans, which can also be refrigerated. So our proposed services include point-to-point mobility within large campuses where the students can download our mobile application. Not only the students, even the employees can download our mobile application. As you can see here, this application enables them to reserve a ride, to track a ride, to make payments, and also to leave feedback. Along with the mobile application, we also provide an integrated charging infrastructure on our platform. Now, we do not manufacture the charging infrastructure, but we tie up with partners for this. So we provide charging across all levels. So as you might be aware, for the in-campus model, all we require is level 1 or slow charging. But for our e-commerce partners, where we have delivery vehicles, we require fast charging or DC fast charging infrastructure, which we also provide. So this is our flagship project in the year 2021. In February, we began at a prominent medical university in the sleepy, I would say, fishing and student city of Mangalore. I'm proud to be from Mangalore. One of my esteemed investors here also is from Mangalore. So this is our flagship project. We started with 40 vehicles, which are running extremely well. The response has been phenomenal. Following this, we also moved on to IIT Mumbai. We have a presence at IIT Mumbai, where we have a 36-month service agreement for 20 buggies, upwards of 100 bicycles, and also we will be pioneering the concept of battery swapping as a service for college campuses. So what we do with battery swapping is we encourage the students to responsibly use the vehicles, and when the vehicle battery is depleted of charge, they will remove the battery and deposit it at our charging bank, battery swapping bank, and fit the vehicle with a replenished battery. And we will be the first company to start an in-campus battery swapping station in collaboration with Sun Mobility of Bangalore at IIT Mumbai for an in-campus three-wheeler project. So we will be deploying electric auto rickshaws in campus, the idea being to phase out conventional polluting auto rickshaws completely. Apart from this, we have a presence in the e-commerce and logistics sector. We have upwards of 50 electric delivery style auto rickshaws functioning in Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, and Bangalore. And all of these vehicles are equipped with fast charging batteries, which we have acquired from Log9 Materials. These batteries have the ability to charge 0 to 100 in 45 minutes. And we have signed an MOU with Log9 Materials for 15,000 of these vehicles over the next 36 months. And these vehicles will be deployed for our e-commerce partners, which is mentioned here, Porter, Express Bees, and Fresh Menu, three of them. These are the upcoming projects. We have MOUs in the pipeline with IIT Patna, IIT Bhubaneswar, and Indira Gandhi Technical University for Women in Delhi. And very significantly, I would like to add that just the last week, we have made inroads with Oil and Natural Gas Company of India. It's called MRPL in Mangalore, Mangalore Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited. So we will be the first electric mobility as a service company in India to provide electric mobility services for the refinery employees. And this is a very significant step for us because this opens inroads into our plans to expand into the Middle Eastern market, specifically for dry docks and oil refineries. So a point which I would like to emphasize is that all our vehicles have batteries which are certified by an independent and internationally reputed certifying agency and certified to be safe for use in hazardous environments, such as oil refineries and shipping dry docks. So we have tie-ups with manufacturers like Omega Psyche Mobility for the deployment of vehicles at our various campuses. We have tie-ups with Log9 Materials for the deployment of batteries and EV labs for research and development. This is a bit slow, I'm sorry. These are our current e-commerce partners. And our vision is to eventually, by 2030, that's the dream, by 2030 to replace all conventional combustion engines on campus with electric vehicles, and to transform the e-commerce and logistics sector completely to electric. And it gives me immense pride and validation to state that last month, the sales of electric three-wheelers have surpassed that of conventional three-wheelers in India for the first time. So in closing, we believe that electric mobility as a service is something which is vastly lacking. There are numerous manufacturers, battery service providers, charging infrastructure providers, but electric mobility as a service is something which the market is in need of. And we are here to solve this problem, and we are here significantly to provide a ride-hailing and sharing platform for university students and for employees of large tech parks and industrial institutions.
So how does the university or the organization pay you?
The university doesn't pay us, sir. The university provides us with the space and the access points for the charging infra. In fact, we pay them for these services. We pay them for the electricity that we use. And we charge the students on a pay-as-you-go model.
Okay. So the route, the time for which the vehicle is used, the distance and all, the user decides.
The
Point to
routing,
point.
the routing is decided in collaboration with the university, and some of the universities, such as IIT Mumbai, even cap the prices.
You talked about in-campus mobility,
Yes.
and you also talked about e-commerce companies. So,
Yes.
But the first pitch was only for the e-commerce. I mean, in-campus. So, are you going to run the two things parallelly because they are two different giants? And I'm agreeing that in-campus, I don't think there are a lot of players, but logistics, there are multiple players doing this activity. So, what's the differentiating factor for you when working at the logistics side? Are you just renting out the vehicles? You are running the whole fleet with your own drivers and giving point-to-point services? What is the model there?
Yes. So to answer your question, we believe that one cannot go without the other. So how we realized this was in the course of our in-campus deployment, we realized that there were many logistics players who needed to come and provide groceries, food, and other supplies to the institution. So we decided to run it on a hub and spoke model. So the institution or the in-campus model acts as the hub from which we have spokes. We have the charging infra, we have the e-commerce players. Most of the Flipkart and Amazon vendors would come to deliver their parcels. So this is how we got into e-commerce, and we realized that there is a lot of revenue and there is a huge market to be had in the e-commerce sector. Because even though, as you say, there may be many players, there aren't too many players is what we have seen who are ready to deploy large number of vehicles in a short period of time, along with the charging infrastructure and the entire ecosystem. Be it the drivers, be it, and another very important aspect is the telematics platform that you need to have with the e-commerce vehicles. Because you need to have a good battery management system, you need to know where the nearest charging point is located. This enables you to minimize the downtime and optimize the delivery process. And your revenue generation, of course.
Next question, please. Yeah, sir.
Are these fleets owned by the company?
We are an asset-light company. We don't own any of the vehicles. We have asset finance partners, and we lease all these vehicles from the manufacturer's asset finance divisions. In fact, we retrofit the vehicles with our telematics platform and our IoT devices.
So, like city commuting ways, like any companies of those of like a general means I'm not able to recall any company right now.
You
but,
mean a Yulu?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like Yulu?
Yeah.
Yes, this is something which we will be exploring going forward, because most of the university campuses forbid their students from taking these two-wheelers outside the campus for safety reasons. So we have received requests from many students if we could make this available as a B2C model for students to use outside the campus. So this is something that we are working on, and it will be launched in the near future at selected locations.
What's your monthly revenue as of now?
We are at 15 lakh month on month, and we have signed agreements with e-commerce companies for upwards of 500 vehicles, which will take our revenue up to 2.5 crore just from that one particular contract in the next 2 quarters.
So if I need the demarcation between the in-campus revenue and the e-commerce players, so most of the revenue is coming from the MOUs, right? The e-commerce, Flipkarts and the big baskets.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that, because campuses like IIT Mumbai and Manipal Institute of Technology, where we are at, are all on vacation right now. The students are on vacation. And from what we saw just prior to them going on vacation, I'll give you an example. IIT Mumbai, we were able to generate about 50,000 rupees per day when
Per
the
day,
campus was
right.
operating at full strength of about 14,000 students.
So
So
going forward, you would see 50-50?
I would still say e-commerce would be a larger chunk of the revenue, but in-campus remains our flagship business model, and this is the business model which we would like to take overseas as well.
You said that in campus there is no competitor for you, right?
I didn't say that.
In one of your presentation I saw.
Yes.
Booz Mobility is there, right?
I don't know anything about this company, I'm sorry.
Okay. It was there in the Shark Tank, so
Okay.
thank you.
So we don't have any, if I may go so far as to say in all humility, we do not have any direct competitors in campus. There are numerous indirect competitors, but none of the competitors offer multi-modal services on one platform that we do. The versatility isn't there.
What prevents the e-commerce companies to directly reach out to these OEMs and get the vehicles financed? What value add do you provide to them?
The e-commerce companies do not want to engage in this. They are purely aggregators, and they subcontract the logistics to other companies. They don't do this. Even companies as big as Amazon doesn't involve themselves in logistics. They have logistics partners.
Okay, and what's your valuation you're seeking right now?
We already have raised the first round with a cap of 20 crore and a floor of 20 crore and a cap of 50 crore. So this time we are looking to keep the floor at 35 crore and the cap at 75 crore. Convertible round.
Okay, and have you got any comments for this round?
Yes, we have. The gentleman Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's been a huge inspiration in my life. And just like him, I am not satisfied with, or rather I wasn't satisfied with what was the norm. So in all humility, I would like to say that I come from a blue collar background. My grandfather was a peon at MTNL in Bombay. And my father was a truck driver in Oman. So from that background, I managed to achieve becoming a doctor, an orthopedic surgeon, and a trauma surgeon. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I want to take this business globally. I have a vision, and I firmly believe that this is something that I can do. Because in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you can dream it and you can believe it, then you can achieve it. So this is like what I would like to conclude with. Thank you for your time. Thank you.